Today we are going to look at the distributive property. So if you think of the word distribute, if I said I was going to distribute candy to the class, it would not be fair if I only gave it to half the class. If I'm distributing it, I should give it equally to all students in the class. Same idea applies to the distributive property. The distributive property is to multiply a sum or difference by a number. You multiply each number in the parentheses by the number outside the parentheses. So we have some value where A is, and we are going to distribute that to both terms in the parentheses. So we do A times the first number, A times the second number. Same thing if it's subtraction. We take this A that's on the outside of the parentheses, we distribute it to both terms on the inside. A times B, A times C. So let's look at this. We've got 5 times, in parentheses, x plus 9. So I want you to highlight the 5. That's what we're starting with. And I'm going to highlight outside of the parentheses here. We have it kind of set up for you first. So we're taking this 5 on the outside, and I am multiplying it by both terms on the inside. So we're going to take 5, and we're going to multiply it by the first number in the parentheses, which is x. Bring down our plus, and then we're taking the 5 again because we're going to distribute it to the second number, which is 9. Now we're going to simplify. 5 times x is just 5x. Bring down our plus. 5 times 9 is 45. This is our simplified answer. Because I can't combine these. These aren't like terms. Do not combine this and say this is 50x. That is wrong. You can't combine it. This would be like having 5 boxes of Oreos plus 45 individual Oreos. We can't combine that and say that we have 50 boxes. Okay, number 2. I'm going to highlight my number on the outside of the parentheses. I know I'm applying that to both numbers. So I'm taking 3, and I'm going to multiply it by the first term, which is 12. I'm bringing down my subtraction sign, and then I'm also taking that 3 and applying it to the second term, which is B. So 3 times 12 is 36. Bring down our minus. 3 times B is just 3B. And that's our answer. We cannot combine those. So let's try it without the lines laid out there for us. So number 3, same thing applies. I'm taking my 4 on the outside. I am distributing it to both terms on the inside. So I'm going to write out kind of what we had up there. I'm going to do 4 times the first term, which is y. Bring down my minus. And then I'm also going to take the 4 times the second term, which is 13. So 4 times y is just 4y. Bring down the minus. 4 times 13 is 52. And that's as simplified as it can get. We cannot combine because they are not like terms. All right, number 4. I'm highlighting my number on the outside of the parentheses. I'm going to distribute that to both terms. So I'm taking 6, and then in parentheses, I'm going to show that I'm multiplying it by the first term, m. Bring down my plus sign. Then I'm also taking my 6 and multiplying it by the second term of 3. 6 times m is just 6m. Bring down our plus. 6 times 3 is 18. All right, let's look at a couple examples where we have a number next to our variable. Still the same process. I'm highlighting my number on the outside. I'm going to show that I'm applying that to both terms. So we're taking the 12 on the outside, and I'm distributing it to my first term, which is 6y. Bringing down my plus, putting 12 on the outside, and I'm distributing it to my second term, which is 2. For this, when we have 12 times 6y, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 12 times 6. 12 times 6 is 72, and I bring down my y. We have 6y 12 times, which means we have 72y. And then over here, bring down our plus. 12 times 2 is 24. And just like the others, this is as simplified as it gets because we can't combine the terms. They are not alike. Okay, number 6. I'm highlighting my term on the outside that I'm distributing. I'm going to show where I'm distributing it here. We're taking 5, multiplying it by a first term of 3. So 5 times the first term of 3, minus taking our 5 on the outside, multiplying it by the second term, which is 2x. With our numbers here, we're just doing 5 times 3, which is 15. Bringing down my subtraction sign. And then here, it's not just 5x, it's 5 times 2x. So I'm doing 5 times 2, which is 10, and bringing down that variable of x. And that is our simplified answer, 15 minus 10x. Let's try 2 where we don't have the lines laid out for you. So I'm highlighting the 11 that's on the outside. That is what I'm distributing to both terms on the inside. So I'm going to do 11 times my first term, which is 3x. Bring down my minus, and then I'm going to do 11 times our second term, which is 4. When we have the number with the variable, we're going to do 11 times 3. 11 times 3 is 33. Bring down our x, minus 11 times 4 is 44. And one more, highlighting the number on the outside, 10. I'm going to show that I'm distributing this to both terms on the inside. So I'm doing 10, and then in parentheses, I'm multiplying this by 7x. Bring down my minus. And then again, we're taking 10, we're multiplying it by the second term, which is 1. Here where we have our variable, we're doing 10 times 7, which is 70. Bring down our x, bring down the minus. 10 times 1 is 10. And that is our simplified answer. We cannot combine them.